Hey everyone, it's Lisa Espinosa here, spiritual career coach and modern day priestess. I'm so happy to gather together with you for this Facebook Live all about the law of attraction in your career, how to catalyze your career, how to move your career into this next level. I don't even want to say using the law of attraction like we have an option, or always the law of attraction is always present, but it's by really aligning with it so that it can really enhance your leadership, your career, your creations. So if you're new to my work, the work I do is all about helping you to connect with your soul's guidance so you can share your unique soul's medicine through your career. And if you're connected with me before, I'm so glad that you're here. So before anything else, let's just go ahead and take some nice cleansing breaths. And let's just tune into this moment. Whether you're here live, whether you're watching the replay, connecting with your heart, connecting with your body, connecting with the earth, connecting with this moment. Really allowing yourself to dwell in this moment without worrying about the past or worrying about the future, but just really all of us, let's just arrive and be present here in this moment. And trust that if you're here, whether you're here live or watching the replay, that you were led here by your soul, by your inner wisdom. And then let's just do that mudra of presence. And if you don't know it, it's very simple. You can bring your left hand to your knee or to your thigh, bring your right arm up, and we just say, I am present, I am here. Welcome, Donna. And we do it again. I am present, I am here. And we do it again. I am present, I am here. So I'm going to just share some really essential nuggets, essence of law of attraction, and also use this time to be in that state of magnetism. So before anything else, I want to invite your soul to bring to your heart an awareness of something you want to manifest in your career right now. Now, if the word career doesn't resonate, if you're watching this and it's more about your life purpose or something else, that's fine. But we're all asking our soul in this moment to bring to our awareness something that you are manifesting, something that your soul is like, this is the manifestation right now. This is what your soul wants you to create. Now, you might know what it is. Welcome, Laura. You might think you know what it is, but I really want to invite all of us here who are gathered, whether live or replay, to have an open mind and just say like, okay, soul, I think I know what I'm manifesting in my career, but you know better. So if there's something else that your soul is saying, no, this is the thing you're manifesting, whether it's more financial abundance, whether it's network connections that are going to take your career to the next level, whether it's a creative project, whether it's a new modality that you're birthing, or a whole new career endeavor. I don't know. It doesn't matter how small it seems. Like it might seem like I'm just wanting to write my next blog post. That's okay. Maybe your soul says that's the focus. Or maybe it's a whole like the other end of like, I am being called to just completely change directions in my career, or anywhere in between. But in this moment, let's all of us just have that intention. Okay, so bring to our heart, bring to our awareness the one thing that in this moment your soul is saying, folk, this is the thing that you are manifesting right now in your career. And if you don't get the details right now, that's okay. Just know that it's here. It's here in the field. So I want to bring this in the field already so that as we talk, as I share some of these teachings, and I know you all have done your own learning of law of attraction, so we bring all of that knowledge, that insight, that experience, all of our soul medicine together in this space. We want to put already that it's not just like, oh, I'm going to talk and, I'm going to listen and take notes and reflect on this. No, that as we're talking, there are already, the universe is responding, right? The universe is working behind the scenes, making connections so that we're in a state of manifesting right now as we gather together. So want to start by saying, I'm not, law of attraction is something I've studied for years and years and years, and it's absolutely a practice. I am by no means an expert, but I'm a practicer of it, right? I am someone who has really committed my life at this point, really, to my spiritual path. And the law of attraction is a spiritual practice. You don't have to be spiritual to practice it, because it's kind of like gravity, right? It's happening anyway. So law of attraction, simple, right? Like attracts like. We can just start with that. So if you think of that, hello, Colleen, welcome. And think about it from our soul's perspective. Remember that you are a divine being having a human experience, right? And this goes beyond dogma or doctrine. But this knowledge, this knowing of, wait, I am one with Source. And Source, Soul, Universe, God, Goddess, whatever word resonates for you, is abundant. Right? Is abundant, is generous, is unconditionally loving, all of that. So then, by law of attraction, we would attract all that. We would attract abundance, unconditional love, support, resources, all of that, because it is our true nature. So at its essence, that's the core, right? Of law of attraction, just like all spiritual truths, are simple, but that doesn't mean easy. They're simple, they're not complicated. Our ego tries to complicate it and make it really, really complicated because, in Course in Miracles, it says, our ego's, one rule is seek and never find, right? And so it makes things complicated. I need to really study law of attraction for a really long time and read 20 books about it. And then maybe I can start. Well, we're all doing it already. So now, if the truth is that we're one with Source, we're these abundant, loving beings, then why are we not always experiencing that? Well, because that's the heroic human experience. We forget that we are these divine beings pretending to have limitation, pretending to be humans, really. And that's part of the human journey, is remembering. So as you step into this place of I want to be more intentional about law of attraction, as opposed to just feeling like my life just happens to me, or feeling well, sometimes I'm intentional about it and then I forget, right? Is first to have just so much compassion for how do I say this? As we start learning about this, it's really easy to start to beat ourselves up. Right? Because it's very easy to be well, okay, if all of this is true, this means that the reason I haven't met my career goals, whether they're financial or creative or whatever it is, it's my fault. And that's not what law of attraction or what your soul is interested in at all. It is not about berating or judging, because the truth is that this is the human experience. We signed up for this. So in my career, I have manifested many wonderful things. Absolutely. When I think back, first I was a 7th grade teacher for almost 10 years. And then I embarked on this whole new career that I've been doing now for 10 years. What? And there's so much. When I look back, I can think I've manifested so much. And there are still things that I feel like I've been working on for a long time that still haven't arrived in my physical life. And that I know what that means, there's two things. One, there's always divine timing. My soul knows the best timing. And two, I absolutely know that there are still ways that I resist the goodness that I want to bring into my life. And that doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me weak or lazy or anything like that. It just makes me human. So wherever in your career, as you listen to this, as you perhaps are guided to commit more to really practicing explicitly these law of attraction principles, to really not beat yourself up. It's like we're all in this together. So, law of attraction, 3 simple steps. 1, we ask. Everyone's asking all the time. So you can ask explicitly, like we can consciously ask, I want more clients in my practice, or I want more money, more financial abundance, or I want to finish my book, or, I want to connect with like-minded, peers that we can mutually support our businesses or whatever. So there's that form of asking. A lot of times the asking happens unconsciously, right? Through desire, through contrast, I'll just keep using the money example because it's like an easy one to use, but that might not be yours, and that's okay. It's just an example. But for example, if someone is, starts a business as a coach or a whatever, a yoga teacher, whatever it is, most of my clients are in the wellness profession, which is why I keep using those examples. And, the first few months, money's just kind of trickling in, and there's a lot of worry about finances, right? So there's, even if that person isn't thinking, okay, well, I'm going to ask the universe to help me with this, through those desires of more money, there is the asking that happens, right? So we ask. That's step 1. Step 2 is the universe, God, source, goddess, whatever you want to call it, responds and says, yes, okay, yes. It provides it, it creates it. And step 3 is receiving, right? So 1, we ask, and number 1, we don't even need to do, it's happening unconsciously, but it's cool to ask. In the beginning of this, I said, let's all, ask our soul, invite our soul to show us what we're manifesting in our career. Number 2, the universe responds. And then number 3, that's our part. That's where that's where we get stuck, right? Number 3 is receiving, aligning, connecting. So it's this, again, if we talk about money, if let's say the ask is, okay, I want to make whatever, let's just say $100,000, right? Like that's the goal, $100,000 this year. And then the universe, source, let me back up a little bit. So I do want to say this. All of my work is about aligning with our soul's highest vision of our career, of our life, of our purpose. Our ego can manifest as well. So when I say all of this, I am bringing it from this, starting from that place that when we practice this, we have always this prayer, this intention, that it is our soul's highest vision. So, and please, I'm not saying that because I think our soul doesn't, money's neutral. So I'm not trying to make any sort of judgment on money. I'm just saying that we always have that intention, right? It's like this or something better. Whatever our soul decides that is. So there's been many times when I thought I was manifesting one thing and then would arrive with something different, but it was so much better. It was so much what I needed. Because I have that ongoing intention, that ongoing prayer, that my soul decide, not my ego. So that's all you have to have as an intention. So I'm not saying that's to stress you out or be like, oh my gosh, am I asking for the right thing? I don't know. Oh my gosh, maybe this isn't the right thing. No, just if you have that heart's prayer, then trust that even if you ask for the quote unquote wrong thing, the universe is going to bring you the right thing. So, okay, so let's say one is, okay, $100,000 in my career, right? And then number two, source, universe says, awesome, great, here it is. In non-physical realm, it already exists, which is super cool, but we're in the physical realm, so we want to experience it. And now number three, it's our job to align with it. Now, our ego, our beautiful different parts of us, those, managerial parts of us, don't understand that. It makes total sense that they don't understand that, right? For them, that looks like, oh, that means I have to work really hard. I have to chase that $100,000. I have to plan and think about, well, how is that going to happen? Should I do this? Should I do that? I have to work really, really hard. There's all of this starts happening. Then there might be feelings of unworthiness, right? It's like all sorts of beliefs around money. So all of that actually becomes resistance and blocks to aligning and receiving what we asked for. So that's where our work comes. That's our part, is the aligning and the receiving and the connecting with that reality that actually already exists in the non-physical realm. And that is, again, simple, but can feel incredibly hard and challenging because, hello Annette, because we have all of our beliefs, because our parts can look at everything through linear intellectual lens and kind of be like, that doesn't make sense to me. And so we're really talking about a whole paradigm shift. That's the exciting thing about law of attraction, is that it really is the journey, not the destination. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like super excited to get to the destination, to finish my, book number 2, to increase my platform, to increase my financial, abundance, all of those. I will be very thrilled when I'm there. But more and more, I become more excited and thrilled about the journey, because I recognize that the journey of aligning with what I'm asking for is bringing so much healing, is bringing so much joy, is aligning me back to who I really am. Remember at the beginning of this transmission, I was saying how law of attraction is simple. All it means is like attracts like. And we are one with source, which means at our truth, we are abundant, we are unconditionally loving, we are whole, we are generous, we are wise. So we are meant to attract all of that into our lives. However, we've forgotten how amazing we are, right? So law of attraction, yes, it is, there's a lot of focus on the kind of attracting what you want in your life or in your career, which I totally want that. But also understanding more than that, like, oh gosh, this is this journey of remembering who I am, remembering that I am one with source, that I am supported and loved and all of those things. And the amazing thing is that as we start to enjoy the journey more, as it starts to become more about the journey rather than the destination, we manifest so much faster. Isn't that amazing? And I want to share, this is just like a little, right? This is like a little tidbit in the Soul Summit, which will be next Friday, Soul Summit number 2, 2021. It's gonna be this kind of elevated, expanded, deep dive into this and gathering all of us together, and it's a small, intimate group. I think there's 5 spots left. So if you're watching this and you're interested, I would love for you to join. Because when we're together, just as we are together now, but when we are together with intention, we manifest faster. So what I was saying is that as we start to enjoy the journey, it becomes easier to manifest. Why? And this, I think, will be the last kind of teaching here for this. This is the tricky thing about, it's not tricky, again, it's like our ego kind of complicates it, about manifesting. So again, let's go back to the $100,000 in a year manifesting example. If, let's say I was that was my goal, right? To manifest. If I think, well, my life is going to be so much better when I manifest that, or my life is going to be so much better when I write my second book, or my life is going to be so much better when I have whatever, twice as many clients. I'm just kind of making these up, right? My life is going to be so much better once my platform is increased and, you know, I'm getting booked to do these speaking engagements that pay me whatever. You can fill in the blank for your thing you want to manifest. When we have that thought, my life is going to be so much better or so much more joyful or so much whatever when I achieve this, what are we doing? We are attracting more evidence of that. We are actually pushing it away because we're vibrating at this, my life will be better then, which means it's not that great now. And it becomes a never, like we never get there because we're vibrating at that vibration of desiring it, not at the vibration of having it. This is something we need to hear over and over and over because it feels like such a great thought. Like, oh, my life will be so much better when I manifest this, when I manifest my new career, when I, but that thought maybe sometimes feels good, but other times, if we're really honest and reflective, we realize it doesn't feel that good, right? Other times it keeps us in wanting. It keeps us in lack. It keeps us from experiencing the abundance of this moment. And it keeps the thing we want to manifest way far away. So whatever your soul brought to your heart at the beginning of this Facebook Live that said, this is the thing you're manifesting right now in your career. It's here now, right in your heart. It's something you asked for, whether you asked for it consciously or not. It's something that the universe already said, yes, it is here for you. And it is something that now we are all saying, okay, yes, I want to align with it. I want to receive it. I want to allow it. I want to connect with it. Not I want to chase it down. I want to work super hard to get it. I want to effort. This isn't to say that there won't be action steps for you to do. There will absolutely be action steps for you to do. And next Friday when we gather in the Soul Summit, I'm going to talk about that. Like, how do we take action from this law of attraction perspective? That's not even the right word. From how do we take action that isn't efforting? And it's action that's very courageous. It's not passive. It's action that's very courageous. That's our part to do. So our part, it does require courage. And then the universe does all the other things that our brain is like, how is it going to work? I have no idea. I have no clue how this is going to happen. That's okay. We're not supposed to have the whole clue, the whole vision. So we're going to do a little meditation. And in this inner journey, the most important thing is going to be to practice just dwelling in that place of presence, that place that is, I have this one teacher that I read a lot. I've read so many of his books about law of attraction, and I love this latest book I'm reading. He talks about mind and not mind. So our mind gets in the way of law of attraction, totally. Not mind is what I would call our soul, really, or our higher self. But it's nice that I like that not mind term because it can help our brain to like, oh, so when we're going to do this, I'm going to do like a little kind of inner journey, and then we're just going to be in silence for 1 minute. The invitation is that we dwell in not mind. And that's okay if when you're there, you're like, you get distracted and you get sucked back into the mind. That happens. But by us having that intention of being in not mind, that not mind state, the intention is going to be that when we connect to that space, We are connecting to that, whatever it is you're manifesting, whether it's the money or the new creation or health or whatever your soul is saying you're manifesting, you're going to connect with that. But the thing is, you're not going to think about it. So it's not like you're going to focus like, okay, I'm going to imagine what it feels like to have the $100,000. Oh my gosh, it feels great. No. There's other times for that. That's not what we're doing here. Okay, we're just going to be in that place where it already exists. And because it already exists, you don't have the want of it. You just have it already. Think of something that maybe a long time ago you were trying to manifest, but you already have it. I mean, you have it so much that you don't think about it. So for example, this house. I won't even go into the whole long story, but it was definitely a manifestation. Definitely a manifestation, this house. And now that I'm in it, I mean, I love it. I enjoy it. I don't feel like I take it for granted by any means. But I'm also every day not thinking like, oh my gosh, I have that house. Let me visualize that house that is coming to me. I'm just experiencing it and enjoying it. And so it's the same approach to what we're manifesting. So when we sit in that place of not mind, we're in that energy of awareness, of presence, of not desiring it. Not because we think it's bad to desire, but because it's already here. And it's hard to describe that place. Our mind can't describe it because our mind does not understand it at all. So there's no way to mess it up. We're going to dwell in that place together. And then we'll check in after that. Okay? So let's go ahead and get comfortable. I'm just going to get my timer here so when I'm ready to start it. Oh, and I want to say before all this, the overlighting mentor for today is, not surprise, Mother Mary. And in this deck, which is the Sacred Mothers and Goddesses deck, which is a new deck I have, it's unconditional love and faith. And I kid you, so I was going to read this to you. Wait, did I hear this? It's not a long read, but in this, so this is the Sacred Mothers and Goddesses, and it says here, where is it? There was just this line that was so perfect. And it says, look at this. So she's saying, I am here to wipe away your tears and to push you forward to your goals and dreams. Believe in yourself and your power to manifest. Have faith. I will go with you, hold your hand, and guide and comfort you with every step you take. I mean, really, I was like, what? How perfect is that, right? How perfect is that? So we are just having, and again, Mother Mary, she's such an ascended master beyond any religion or doctrine, so we welcome her beautiful energy into this space. So taking some nice breaths. Know that your soul is here with you. Remember that your soul is unconditionally loving, abundant, wise, generous, whole, joyful, expansive, receptive. That means that you are all of those as well. So just breathe that awareness in. Even if some parts of you are like, well, no, I'm not, or da-da-da, it's okay. Just notice all of that with compassion. And now we ask your soul to show you the one thing that your soul is showing you are manifesting right now in your career. And again, if the word career is not what resonates in this moment, you fill in the blank, your life's purpose, whatever it is. And you might see it, or you might just see a symbol that represents it. And again, if your mind is going a little nutty, like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's this or maybe it's that, I'm not sure. That's okay. Your soul knows. So there's no way to mess this up. You're not going to manifest the wrong thing. Your soul's in charge here. So I'm just seeing that beautiful tree that my soul often shows me, this beautiful tree that represents my career. So that's what I'm seeing, this beautiful tree. And then as I'm asking, okay, what is the one thing that you're having me focus on manifesting right now for my career? I'm kind of waiting for that awareness or that symbol. So you're doing the same thing. And you're aware that you already did the asking, right? And that the universe has already responded. It already exists here in this non-physical realm. And that now our only job is to connect, to align, to allow, to receive. In this moment, we're not looking for a plan of action, for a blueprint. We're not looking for any of that. We're just going to practice together dwelling in that space of presence, dwelling in that space of not mind. So I'm going to put the timer for a minute so we can do that together, okay? And remember, there's no way to mess this up. If you get distracted, that's okay. Just come back. And there's a beautiful question that I recently learned from another teacher. Am I aware? So if you catch yourself overthinking or overanalyzing, just ask yourself that question. Am I aware? That'll just kind of bring you back, because awareness comes from that place within, from our soul, right? Okay, so I'm going to start now. So just take some nice breaths. Just bringing ourselves here together. That literally felt like 5 seconds to me. I don't know what it felt like to you, but it was so. Just gathering back here together. And just being curious of how that was for you. It might have felt very long. It might have felt like the whole time your brain was trying to figure things out. Or you might have felt that like, yes, Laura saying 5. I know, I was like, did I put the wrong? But it was a minute, I know, because I saw it. Or you might have, I know for me, I felt that like kind of like dropping, and then my brain would kind of go to other stuff, and I was like, that's okay, I can do that, but just kind of kept coming back to that space. And I want you to also recognize how much we can accomplish in a minute. So many times when we think about spiritual practice, or when I coach my clients through creating a meditation practice, or what I call in my book, the interrupter rituals. Thank you, Jan. Am I aware? Yeah, I love that question. That's so helpful for me too. What I was going to say is that our ego can make it seem like, well, I got to wait till I have more time. I have to wait till I have, all my life is put together. But when we can think like, I can put the timer for 1 minute 3 to 5 times a day. Like if I don't have that, I know that's just coming from my ego. That's not reality, right? So I love that. I love having the longer practices. And right now my long practice is like a 9-minute meditation. And then all these like little practices throughout the day. So yes, Sherry, that was beautiful. Yes, I love that too, the floating awareness. And in this, next week in the Soul Summit, we're going to talk about, well, when we dwell in that space together, kind of setting up a program so that during that time, not mind is working on clearing the blocks of our mind to manifesting. There's like 4 really common blocks to manifesting. I'll just tell you one right now. One is like the whole worry about, but how is it gonna work? But how? But okay, my dream is to, do a TED Talk or whatever, or, I'm not laughing like I'm just like, whatever your vision is. But then our brain goes, but into how, but how, I need to do this. It's like major block. So we're going to talk about those and how when we dwell in that awareness, how we can set a program to start to dissolve that while we're in awareness. It's like so exciting. I'm so excited, if you can't tell, about next Friday. So if you're interested, I would love to see you. So let's just do some oracle cards and then we will be done for today. So I'm going to start with the Soulful Woman, right? And these are just like added messages for you about what you're manifesting. And notice the abundance that's going to show up in your life for this, just because we gathered here right now. Notice it and don't minimize it. Just kind of like, no matter how small it seems or how big it seems, kind of like, ooh, look at the card I pulled right before this was synergy, and I love that. So I was like, oh, notice the synergy, the synchronicity. Okay, this one. I can't read. Self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. Yes. Let me read that again. Well, look at this beautiful, gorgeous image. First of all, look at that. Sorry, my lights. Oh, there. Maybe you can see it there. It says, as I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. So let's just kind of have that vision that whatever the old energies we're clearing, it happens quickly, effortlessly, even with joy, right? It doesn't have to be this like drawn out suffering sort of thing. So let's do the angels. Oh my gosh, Mother Mary's back. Unconditional love, the Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. So here we have her 2 times, the Divine Mother. And if Mother Mary's not the Divine Mother image that resonates with you, that's okay. It could be Kuan Yin, it could be Green Tara. But the whole idea of the Divine Mother, think about that. The Divine Mother is so generous. Just like a good mother, right? Is so generous, wants her child to thrive and succeed and knows how much her child is capable of. It's like so loving without coddling, right? Like that whole, but also never dishonoring our feelings. So it's just like this awareness that she is with us. And I want to do an animal card and then we will be done. I love connecting with animal medicine. Oh. I love this one. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Okay, could this not be more perfect? I'm going to read this again. First of all, look at this gorgeous. I love this deck. Thank you, Jan. You're welcome. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle, and the author is also the artist. I don't know. I just think there's something really beautiful about that. So again, butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. It's so beautiful. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. That's law of attraction right there. Gosh, if I could say one of the fastest ways to accelerate our manifestations is to love where we are at right now. Isn't it amazing? It feels like such a paradox. But I want a different job, but I want this. But it's like love where you are now, not from a place of settling, but from a courageous place of divine acceptance of knowing I love this part of my journey. If I'm in this part of my journey, this is where I'm supposed to be. is like speeds. It's like we're on these like vitamins of like manifestation when we do that. So butterfly medicine for you. Feel the butterfly energy. Notice how many butterflies you'll see today. And I know if you're in Chicago like I am, you're like, butterflies, it's cold, it's freezing, there's snow. But they might come in your dreams. They might come in a book, in a magazine. They might come like you turn on the TV. I mean, just notice, be curious. All the butterflies you're going to notice today. All right, I always have so much fun with all of you. Thank you so much. It's always such a joy. There are so many things coming up. Next week, there's 2 free events. One is through the Women of Wisdom. I'm the guest teacher. Vitamins of Manifestation. Yes, I know. So I'm the guest teacher for the Women of Wisdom. So that's, I think, at 8 o'clock at night. I like never do anything that late, but yay, exciting. So 8 to 9, it's a free 1-hour offering over Zoom. You can see my Facebook page and events page for that. You do have to pre-register. And the Priestess Rise Up February session is the next day, and then and that's also free. And then the next day is the Soul Summit, which there's 5 spots left. So if you're watching this or you know someone who might want to join, invite them. And then there's a whole bunch of other things coming. So bye everyone. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Sherry, everyone who was here. Sometimes I can't see all the names. Let's see, Sherry, Jan, Patricia, thank you, Annette, Colleen, Oralia, Donna. If there's anyone I'm missing, I know sometimes all the names don't come up, but thank you so much for being here. And thank you those of you who are watching the replay. All right, bye everyone. See ya.